Hello, my name's Colette. I'd like to tell you a wee bit about this little balloon. And you're thinking, why in the middle of a tarot course am I going to tell you about a little bit of paper with a balloon in it? Because I call it Colette's balloon method of teaching the tarot. Now, I have lots of these little cards and I printed them up and cut them out for my tarot workshops. And one of the reasons I did that was that one time when I was reading, I realised I was going off in tangents and that I really wasn't seeing what was right in front of my face. And I thought, I'm like a balloon, a helium balloon that's been let off to fly up into the sky and give out all this kind of maybe even deeper esoteric stuff that wasn't actually relevant to the question. So here I'll show you the cards. I was reading for a woman who had a question, and I like to answer the questions without really knowing the question. So we had the cards that she'd drawn out. Goodness, this is the back way. The Chariot, completion, and success. So we'll do that the other way around. Right, the Chariot, completion, and success. Now, I started reading these as the Chariot means, oh my goodness, she's finally getting control of her life, and within, say, completion in the next 4 months, she'll actually have success with whatever venture she started. And I started to say, it was great. She was finding control of her life, and it was great that she was driving her own chariot. And I remember being distracted by my guide at this point and looking at him, and he almost had his head in his hands as though, my goodness, I've given you the answer. And let's see if you can think what it was. Simply, the woman was saying, I failed my driving test 3 times. Will I actually pass it and have success on my 4th? And there was the answer right in front of me. And at that stage I thought, the Chariot, the car, completion within 4, success. That was the answer. And my guide had given me it. And I thought, oh goodness, I need something to remind me not to go way off too deep when the answer is there in 3 cards. So that's where the balloon came in. Many years ago, I did a TV show called Mystic Challenge, where you'd identify a person or what they did by whatever form of divination you used. The person was all covered up and you didn't see them, and it was all very well done. And I remember I had felt I had some sort of actor in front of me, and I was sure he was in a police show. And my guide actually brought out from the Rorig deck the Sun card and the Ace of Discs, which is the big hill. And I kept going, Sun Hill, oh, what's that about? And I ignored it. And really, those of you that maybe know back in the 90s, there was a show called The Bill. And this actor that I was actually reading for was Jamie Murray, part of The Bill. And the police station was called Sun Hill. Now, I still won that part of the show, but imagine to have been able just to take the words sun and hill, and I would have won it even better, put it that way. So there again, the guide had given me 2 really important cards, and I'd started thinking way up here. So when I have taught with a practical workshop on the tarot, when I ask people to give me what they're getting on certain small spreads, if they start to go away off, they get handed a balloon. My daughter thinks that's very cruel, but it works, because normally people start going off away into the higher thoughts when they're panicking a wee bit as well, and they're not getting stuff, or they'll talk for the sake of talking, or they're trying to get everything they know out of the card instead of discerning what it's really about and giving that answer. So it's important as you go through learning the tarot that maybe you get a little picture of a balloon, or even a real balloon if you want, and have it next to you so that you feel, if you're not pinning things down or keeping them down near the ground, grounded, that little balloon serves as a reminder that you're actually just going way up there, way above the client or your friend's head, or even when you're just doing it for yourself, way above your own head. Remember, this is practical tarot. We're keeping it at a level that will be very practical and will help people on a practical level. So why not get yourself a little balloon? Many blessings.